Hi, welcome back to Ahead of the Curve. I'm your host, Dr. Megan Teed, and I'm here with Kerry Green again for another Curve Convo. Welcome, Kerry.
Hi, Meg. Thanks for having me again.
How was your Thanksgiving? This is yeah, the week or two after Thanksgiving.
All right.
Oh,
Anytime between Thanksgiving and Christmas is one big blob of time. Like nobody
it
knows.
really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. I just went to my sister. She lives really close to me, like a mile away. I just ate so much and then ate so much the next day and
That
scalloped
sounds,
potatoes for breakfast for like 2 days in a row.
oh my gosh. That's usually how I am with the filling or stuffing, whatever you call it where you live.
Oh, yeah, stuffing for me.
We call it
You call it filling?
filling. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Pennsylvania Dutch.
I don't know about
All
that.
sorts of weird things that we call things.
Funny.
Yeah. Filling is filling and slippery pie. Have you ever had that?
No, I have never heard of these things in my
Slippery
life.
pie. So like you have the pot pie that's a pastry, and then
Right.
slippery pot pie, and that's the noodles with like. Have you ever had pot pie that way?
No, I thought you were talking about like a chicken pot pie.
Yeah, I am.
And there's noodles in one of these.
Yeah, that's a slippery pot pie.
Wow. Okay, I never had
Yeah, so
it.
there's like no pastry. Instead of the pastry, it's noodles, but it's all the other same
Oh,
ingredients.
actually, that sounds really good.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's funny when I was dating my husband and he came to visit, my family was telling him all about the slippery pot pie, and he's like,
What are we talking about here? Yeah, that's funny. Wait, so when did you leave? Did
so
you?
we left November 23rd. So
Mhm.
almost a week before Thanksgiving. And then we were there for 2 weeks total.
Okay, so you had Thanksgiving abroad.
Yeah, so I mean it was so weird with the time difference because it's 15-hour time difference. So we're basically a day ahead. So we had Thanksgiving almost for 2 days there, and then it was also my husband's birthday.
Oh,
And
wow.
I linked in this post when it was his birthday when we were in Australia, and his mom was like, "What? That's not your birthday."
That's so funny. Yeah, it's weird, a weird time difference.
Yeah. So like on the way there, we left on the 23rd. We didn't get there till the 25th because of the time difference.
Well, that's okay. That's right.
And then when we came back, we left on the 8th at 4:30 p.m. Australia time, and then we got back on the 8th at 11 p.m. US Eastern time.
It's like time traveling.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very like it messes with your head.
Yeah, that really is insane. I never thought about that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm dying to hear, did anything go wrong? Did any of your fears come true? Tell us about the plane ride.
Okay. Plane ride there. So we flew United there, which I don't know why you need to know the airline we traveled, but
What was the flight number?
I think I just want to preface it, preface,
Yes, you got it.
preface,
Mhm.
that it was United because the seats were more uncomfortable and the meals were terrible.
Okay.
Uh, it was fine. Like, thankfully, I had to sit in the middle seat because I needed somebody that was going to get up when I wanted to get up. So I had my husband in the aisle, and then there was a smaller lady on the other side of me. So that aspect was like pretty comfortable. But probably so it's a 15-hour flight. So the last 5 hours, my tailbone really started to aggravate me. So I had my gorgeous ball,
Mhm.
the Pilates ball, and I had it deflated, like, or inflated, probably only like 10%. So I sat on that for a little bit of time, probably about an hour, and then I put it behind my back for about an hour, and I kept alternating back and forth between that, and that was like tolerable.
Right.
You could do some like pelvic tilts and stuff while you're sitting on the ball, which is kind of nice to alleviate like any lower back tension. But honestly, if you have any sort of spine, even if it isn't a scoliosis spine, 15 hours is just
Totally.
unbearable.
I was just thinking that. I'm sure everybody's like, if you have a spine,
Yeah. Yeah.
probably feeling it. Maybe even worse because nobody else really knows what to
Yeah.
do and that they can, do these things to move around.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And then another thing that I did that was helpful, I sat with my forearms on my thighs, like kind of just like leaning forward at an incline, keeping my spine nice and long. And I did my Scoli like expansive breathing, and it actually like helped a lot to alleviate the pressure. It was kind of like a decompressor.
Mhm.
Nice.
Mhm. Nice. Okay, so you made it.
Yeah, I made it. Hold on one second. I have to.
I thought you were like getting a ball or something. Hi,
Yeah,
puppy.
this is Garen.
Karen.
Chewing on something that I don't know what it was. So, hello.
Is it so he? Is it he?
Yeah,
He's so beautiful. Those eyes.
thank you. He's a little nugget.
So cute.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
He is actually a mini, or not a mini. He's an Australian Shepherd and Corgi mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it planned or spur of the moment to get him?
Yes, it was planned. So we definitely wanted to wait until after our trip to get a dog. But me, I was really anxious about getting one. Excited to get one. So I was contacting like different people on Craigslist about dogs that I saw that I liked, and a lot of them were like, "Oh no, they'll all be gone by the time you get back from your trip." And then Garen's people, they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll wait," and they actually like took he and his sister on a 10-hour road trip to DC, and he did fine. So I think that like kind of got him used to being in a car, and
Hold on.
yeah,
Nice. That's so
yeah,
exciting. Yeah, I totally get that. Pet anxiety, not wanting to do it before you go on a long vacation. Like that is the worst feeling ever when you go on vacation and you're still thinking about your pet.
yeah.
It's like your baby.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. They don't know if you're coming back or not. So it's just
Probably worse for dogs. I don't know, like if my cat baby cares, but I think she does. I know she's worried about not eating. She's like, where will there be food?
will there be food?
Yeah.
Where are my humans? Yeah. But
Okay, so wait, we skipped the rest of your trip. So, did any of your fears come true?
yes.
Oh no, tell us.
So one of my fears was that my luggage would get lost. And we got there. So I was like obsessive about my packing. Like I don't actually normally plan that far ahead with my packing. Usually it's very last minute. But this time I had like all my stuff laid out on the guest bed, and including like all my schooly stuff. And we get there, we're at the um luggage pickup or whatever and carousel, and there's about 50 people that are still waiting for their luggage for like an hour after we were standing there. And one of the security people came over and he was like, "Hey, you guys have to, if your luggage isn't here, you have to go over to this other desk and whatever." So, um, turns out, and this is my theory of what happened. When we were getting ready to leave LA, they were like, "Oh, the cargo is too heavy. So we're just like making an adjustment and then we'll be able to take off." I think they just pulled all of our luggage off,
No.
like the people in economy.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we didn't tell anybody. And then we get there and we don't have our luggage. So that
Yeah,
was,
'cause it's too many people, like, that's too
yeah,
significant.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Um, so I was too optimistic that this wouldn't happen. And I didn't have like like a lot of my essentials in my carry-on. So had 2 days where I was like wearing the same outfit. Thankfully, there's a washer and dryer where we were staying, but
Oh, no. How was your nervous system coping with this?
not the greatest. I mean, okay, like not terrible, but there was just like a lingering anxiety because we were going on a 7, 8 day road trip, um, 3 days after we landed. So I'm like, if my luggage doesn't get here
Right.
in time, I don't know where they're going to deliver it and how I'm going to get it. But
Oh,
thank,
yeah, that's really scary. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So thankfully, it came before our road trip. So all was well in the end, but I don't know that I'm either not checking a bag again, or if I do check a bag, I'm going to be smart about like what I pack in my carry-on, smarter about
Mm.
what I pack in my carry-on.
It's so hard when you're with such a longer trip, but ha have you ever heard of those they're like compression things that it, like, sucks the air out of between your clothes and you can pack so much more?
Mhm.
I've never used them, but did you use that?
I didn't. I actually kind of forgot about it. A couple of my friends use them all the time when they travel. So that might be something to consider for another trip, especially if I have to have like warmer like sweaters and stuff. That just takes up so much space in your bag. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. I'm gonna put that on my Christmas list.
There you go.
I need it.
No, no.
I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and did anything else go wrong?
Yes.
Really? The list goes on? No way.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me talk about my highlight of the trip.
Yes, please.
Um, So we did this 7 day road trip where we drove the coastline from Sydney to Melbourne, and we stopped in 7 different spots along the way that were all like little coastal towns, which was incredible. Just to see how people live like outside the city. And my favorite spot we stopped was the Tung Hot Springs.
Mm.
Um, so that place you pay like $60 Australian, which is like 40 or something US dollar. And you can use everything as long as you want for the day. And it's basically this walking like nature trail where they have hot springs, cold plunge, sauna, and that overlooks the water and the mountains. And they have like really lush greenery all around. Everything's outside. So that was my favorite part of the trip. That was definitely a highlight. Well, not my favorite part. That was a highlight. Another favorite part is I got to meet a client that I worked with for 4 years.
Alright,
Uh,
fun, Lauren. That's so cool. That's so
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, that was really cool. Um, so yeah, and now I'm like, I want to try and like open something like that here because there's nothing like that here.
Right.
There's no elevation here, so it wouldn't work aesthetically like that, but I feel that it could work. maybe in a different
A
capacity.
man-made hot spring, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess that's what it would be. They have a
Mhm.
lot of that here in Florida, but they're not man-made. They're real. They're like cenotes.
Oh,
Yeah. But some of them I think are supposed to be hot. This is like in northern Florida, but they look so beautiful. The
where
water,
is that?
gosh, I know the name of one is there's a lot actually, believe it or not. One of them is I think called Rainbow Hot Springs, but there's so many. The water is crystal clear. Like if there was an alligator, you would just see clear water and like you would see the alligator.
Wow.
They have these clear kayaks that you can take through.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
didn't realize that that was like actually hot springs, so I thought that that was just more like
Like
beautiful.
a spring.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many of them are hot springs or just like actual springs, but it's kind of the same idea.
Yeah, and then that's not very far from me. I'm really close to North Florida.
Oh, another next road trip.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun.
That sounds magical, though. I love that kind of thing. Like you're walking through the forest and then you get to the hot spring and the cold plunge, even though the cold plunge is so painful.
Yeah, they didn't it didn't it didn't feel very cold because the day before we had gotten in, or well, like a few days before we had gotten in the water that was ice cold, just like the
Oh.
Atlantic. Oh gosh, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Pacific.
Oh, well, the Pacific is way colder
Yeah, the
than our
Pacific.
coast. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I think all times of the year it's
yeah,
frigid. Yeah.
yeah. So that didn't feel quite as cold as the actual like ocean water. So, but yeah, it was really fabulous. Grateful that I got to go. Oh, so the other like kind of bummer thing that happened, um, we this isn't a bummer, but we met up with friends who
Right.
are our friends here locally. They were also on another trip. They did like the sailing trip for a week that we were doing a road trip, and we met up in Melbourne and did this drive. It's the Great Ocean Road, and basically it's on the coastline. There's like no guardrail, and all of the roads are like switchback like this for
That scares me.
2.5 hours. And I was sitting in the middle seat. Again, that was the thing of was in the middle seat. And my friend's husband was driving. Mind you, opposite side of the car, opposite side of the road, like totally different than what I'm used to. And then like
Right.
really, really fast. Like on
He
these.
was going too fast.
He was going like a
Fast.
race car driver. Race
No.
car. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
It wasn't just like, oh, this is 10-minute drive, 2.5 hours. So we get to the location and I'm like not feeling well. And then we get home or to our hotel and I'm like, I am getting vertigo. Like I've had it once before. I could feel it coming on. And then the next day, it was so I was in bed all day. Every time I got up, I got sick. It was like everything was moving and spinning.
Oh, no.
So, didn't get to go to the winery that day that we had planned. So that's like one thing that I really wanted to try to do while we were there, and I didn't get to go.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I've never had vertigo, but like, so what is it? What is actually happening?
Mhm.
Is it
So it's like
very
an inner ear thing.
right?
Uh, where there's like a disconnect between, well, there's a couple things that can happen, but it's a disconnect between what your brain thinks is upright and what your inner ear is telling you is upright. And what happens, you have these little crystals in your ear. They're called otoconia.
Mm.
They kind of float around and they change positions in your inner ear based off of like how your head is tilting. And you have a posterior canal, a horizontal canal, and then one other canal. And it's really common for it to get like dislodged in the posterior canal, and mine got dislodged in the horizontal canal.
Okay.
Which thankfully I have a friend I could call who like understands this really well and could help me diagnose it, like just doing a couple tests. And then um I just kept repeating this repositioning maneuver to like get it to go back into the correct position, but it can make you feel worse
Oh, okay.
before you feel better.
So if you didn't know to do that, would it just subside on its own, or how does
Like
that?
it'll take a lot longer. Like it
Okay.
could last up to 2 weeks.
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm flying in 2 days. I was panicking again because of that. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to fly like this.
Hmm.
My poor husband was a train wreck.
Because I feel that way a little bit when I'm flying. It's not like full blown vertigo, but I'm sure everybody has a little bit of this where you just feel like a little dizzy or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. Do you think this is this what happens when people get like car sick or boat like seasick?
a little bit, but this is like next level.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually that subsides, like it just, that feels a little bit different than this, where that makes you just feel like nauseated. And this is more because of like the movement, like up and down. This is more like once you're on land, it feels like you're like up and down
Mm.
and kind of swaying side to side.
That sounds absolutely horrific. I am so sorry that happened to you. I'm horrified thinking about it. Because I was, when you were saying like the switchbacks and all of that, I was thinking of when I went to California and we were driving on that. What's that mean?
Okay.
What is it?
Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah, yes. So we were driving on that and it's very windy. Not, I don't think it's like full switchbacks, but that everyone in the car was about to get car sick and like you can't look at your phone. I just remember being warned, like, do not look at your phone. And the second I looked at it, I was like, whoa, I'm gonna get sick right now. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, worst feeling ever, but I can't imagine if it lasted past the time of the car ride.
Yeah. It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I think I made it worse because I was so like anxious.
Yeah.
I felt unsafe for
Yeah.
almost like 5 hours, 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. I was feeling like stressed because I'm like, this is not like, this doesn't feel safe. Like it feels like you're going to lose control of the car. So
I'm a fan. So I'm surprised that you didn't say anything. I'm the
I
one.
did. I
You
did.
did? Okay.
I said, I was like, at one point, I was like, hey, like, I'm not doing so hot back here. Can you slow down? And they did for like 10 minutes and then started back up.
I am the most annoying backseat driver because I feel very like unsafe when I'm not the one driving. So I'm that person that's always screaming and I don't care though. I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have just kept saying something, but I didn't. So,
Well, you survived.
yes. So, ugh. Anyway, overall, great trip, but definitely some things that showed me like what a control freak I am. Um, and I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
resonate with that so hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
No amount of regulating is going to like change that. It's just
Mhm.
who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So since you've been back, you've been trying to get back? How hard has it been to get back in your routine? And have you done any FP classes?
I've done 2,
Nice.
uh, going back. I did 1 on Tuesday and then 1 today. Um,
Oh, I did one today.
oh, you
Okay.
did the early one?
Yeah, it was so hard.
Yeah, it was a good adductor one with the band around your ankle. I hate that.
It was so, it
I
was
hate
so
it
hard.
because it feels like my foot and my ankle of my supporting leg are going to fall off.
Mm.
'Cause it's just like it's trying to stabilize you from getting pulled towards
Yes.
anchor. And yeah, it was
That's exactly how what was happening to me. I was like almost about to quit. My ankle was on fire. I'm like, is this normal? Do I have the weakest foot and like feet in the world?
no,
So it's not just me. Okay, good.
no, yeah, that was very challenging. I
Yeah.
like the other part, like the
Hmm.
couple exercises. Um, but extra challenge with that is now having a puppy who is like wanting to chew on the band and uh, and I have him on a lead right now just because he's potty training, so he'll like he's a herder, so he'll just make circles around my foot while I'm standing in one spot.
Oh no. So you're doing the brain coordination of functional patterns plus the puppy. Like that's next level.
Yep, yep.
You're
And
a
he's like,
superhero.
"Hey, don't pee, don't pee, don't pee." I set a timer for like 20 minutes so I could take him out over 20 minutes. And yeah.
You're a superhero. So fun news
Yes, tell
about
me
FP.
about well, first of all,
Yes.
that news. I'd like to know how you're feeling just overall with that.
I I'm feeling really good. I December is the busiest month for therapists and coaches because everyone's like New Year's resolution. So my calendar looks like a Christmas tree, which means like a lit up Christmas tree, which means more sitting.
Uh-huh.
Naturally, I'm having a harder time right now, like body wise, but I do feel difference being able to sit long. You said this when you first started that you can sit longer and support yourself better.
Mhm.
And that's definitely happening already, even though I've only done 6 classes. I don't have as much pain in the chair, and I'm not like, I need to move around as much or like stand, or I'm
Mhm.
just supporting myself a little bit better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So I do these manual therapy appointments like every month or a couple months. And she came a couple days ago and she was like, what are you doing? Your body feels so different. She said that my fascia was like moving better and that I was a lot more symmetrical, like in my shoulders and ribs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's overall like FP or because I had just done an MFR class the previous day. That probably helped a lot.
Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool in that, you know, I wasn't able to do any classes while I was away for 2 weeks. I did one time on my own. But I was doing a couple of other things while I was away, but I didn't feel terrible. Like I feel like what Greg has said, our coach, he said that like the longer you do FP, the less often you need to do it to like keep the gains that you've made. So that's a pretty interesting concept to me that I
Okay,
don't really understand.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, because some people, so we're in this group together for the listeners. Some
Uh,
people I notice don't always come to the classes. Like it seems like they're
mhm.
like taking breaks or something. Like I don't know what's going on, but do you think that's part of it? You don't.
I think that actually just like this time of year, it's
Yeah.
people are traveling and stuff and having a harder time.
Yeah.
the classes. So not necessarily that, but um I don't know. They recommend like here and there like taking like a hiatus just like fully from working out, just like as a reset for your body. And I'm like,
Wait, working out, period?
yeah.
Not from FP.
Just working out in general.
Hmm. I need to know more about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. I was thinking like for FP, maybe if your body's corrected the imbalances, like then you wouldn't need to do that like all the time.
Mhm.
But I don't know about working out.
Yeah. I don't
Number
know.
one, I feel crazy if I don't work out. So I
Oh,
need
I'm the
to,
same way. I can't.
I'm a monster.
I am too. I am too. Yeah, that's why I was like, I at least need to go for a run. I don't need to do like a whole crazy routine while I was away, but like I need at least need to run here and there in order to maintain my sanity.
I did find that running felt better already too. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I what one of my tendencies with running is my prominence gets like tight and sore by the end of my run,
Mhm.
and that either takes longer to happen or it doesn't happen. Um,
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, I do a like a you'll know the real lingo for this, like leaning backwards while running. I have to
Oh,
correct myself to
you-
put my weight in front of me. Yeah. So that felt easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So
So, yeah, let's just finish up with a holiday wish list. It doesn't necessarily have to be schooly or body related, but what is maybe like a big thing that you are wishing for Christmas and maybe a smaller thing?
my big thing, which you already know what I'm gonna say, is I've got to have this amp. I've got to have it. I will have it. It's gonna happen one way or another. Whether Santa brings it for me, or I'm my own Santa at some point. But for everyone listening, the amp is, how do you describe it? We talked about it last episode.
Yeah, well, and then we didn't know what it was
Right.
called during the episode, but AMP is like a cable pulley system that looks pretty and looks like aesthetically pleasing for your home. And the nice thing about it is it's like very sleek, it's small. So it's not like a big bulky, like if you picture a cable machine in a gym, it's very huge and they have these plates and stuff. But this is electronic that it creates the resistance. So it doesn't have to be quite as big or anywhere close as big.
Yeah.
And it has a little lever that raises and lowers so that with a lot of the FP work that we do, you have to use bands and stuff, and bands can just look messy and they're more cumbersome to use than
And I'm in and out of the door. So annoying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So the amp, it's super chic, it's super convenient. I've got to have it. I will have it. I have a couple more things. One is I really want that office chair that you have. Is it called Fully or Capisco? What is it?
Capisco.
Yes. Are you
Yeah,
still in that a lot?
yep, yep. I'm sitting on it now. Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, because you can't even tell because it's so obviously because you can't see the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm on the house.
So I want that for anyone listening. I want that.
Santa.
And the baby. What else? I want an aura ring. I think I want an aura ring.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
Huh?
That's the kind of thing I worry that I'll get it and I like won't actually wear it. I have an Apple Watch, I don't wear it, but I like
Yeah.
the look too.
Hmm. Yeah. Do you pay attention to EMF stuff at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
That
the only thing with
no, that's why I stopped wearing my watch. That's So I'm gonna worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as much as the watch, but any of the wearables unfortunately have that.
All right. I take it off my list. I'm a little nut about that. I have my phone on airplane at all times. Like right now it's on airplane.
Oh, I like that.
Mhm.
I do that when I sleep, but I don't know why I don't do that throughout the day. I should.
Yeah, because if you're home, people can still text and call you. So I just turn it off when I leave the house.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to be like Carrie.
What else? Okay, one last thing. I want a really good facial. I've never had one, and obviously I'm aging with grace, and I really want some kind of like amazing facial.
Sounds so nice.
Yeah, like tighten it up, but naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. You I know that we follow a lot of the same face people online, but there's those people that do like the buckle or buccal massages.
Mm,
I
I
want
want that.
so bad. That's I want to put that on my
I want
Christmas.
that. Oh, it looks so good. And then I'm like, I try to do it to myself. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, I'm like jabbing myself with my nail.
Then gua sha, I'm like, like trying to get in there. It doesn't work as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
one bonus. I hope my family doesn't listen to this, but they probably won't because I'm spoiling it. But we're doing a white elephant, and I got them. It's called a box ballin.
oh,
Box.
the boxing, the thing where it's
Yeah.
yes. My
Embarrassing.
my husband got that last year for Christmas.
Really? Oh, so you've done it.
I haven't. I just watched him do it.
I want you to try it and tell me how it goes because it was for me the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like I can't hit it. I hit it like a couple times. It's
That's
just so,
funny.
that what was the thing we talked about with like falling and like or balls coming at you? Remember you and I talked
Yeah.
about it's
Yeah.
that feeling where I'm like it's going to hit me and kill me.
I love that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh man.
What are yours?
Well, um, Australia was our big Christmas gift. Obviously, it was like everything all together. And then Garen is another Christmas gift. But we do want to get a cat as well.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should.
So I doubt that that will happen before Christmas. I mean, yeah, this is this is a lot right now, but yeah, we want them to be bunnies. So
The
yeah.
same there, right? What like, puppy and a like a younger cat.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely like go to a shelter, find a cat, and that's more like my husband's thing, honestly. Like I like cats, but he loves cats. So I'll let him kind of take the reins with that because I took the reins with Garrett.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, I want an amp too as well. Um The other the thing that I would accept other than an amp is something called uh Ancore. And basically that is just like this thing. There's a couple different options, but you can have one that's just like a Velcro thing that you attach to a weight rack, or I could put it on my stall bars and it acts like a cable system. And you could take it outside. So that's like a
Okay.
benefit of that one that I like. And it's
Mhm.
also like a lot cheaper than the
So how big of a structure can it attach to? I'm asking because like out here there's like like cylinders that support part of the buildings around here, but they're huge, like this wide. How
I think it has to be a bit more narrow. I don't know how wide they make their
okay.
wrap things, but
Yeah.
I do like doing the workouts outside when I can. So we have a small tree in the back alley that I've been putting my bands around and doing some stuff with. But
That,
yeah.
yeah. So great list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. People are gonna be like, what are they even talking about? What are these things?
Talking about like we did a little workout stuff, facials, and
Yeah.
trips.
Mhm, mhm.
Nothing surface level here, guys.
Nope. Go big or go home.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us again, Carrie, for another episode of Ahead of a Curve. Good to have you.
Thank you. I guess I'll see you after next year.
Yeah.
See you next 2025.
2025. Have a great year. Until next time, stay well and stay ahead of the curve.